A very motherfucking. Oh God. Kid just open his mouth. Somebody go ahead on my Grimmy. West Coast niggas get phased, right?
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
I don't remember drinking this much of the goddamn water.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
West Coast niggas big phase, right?
Quarterback standing 6'3".
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
We can't lose no more games if you want to get that first round.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Come on, man!
Pass is incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Chiefs, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trip McDuffie to the pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about.
So far this season, this
That's what the
defense
fuck
has
I'm
had
talking
issues
about, Shane.
against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Hey, a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one,
They got a good defense, man.
First and 10, here's Pacheco. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week. 20 carries, a touchdown to go along with 124 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
Brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. This running game is so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak in anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs use the only turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Well, the numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. 18 carries, 86 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we have a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
3rd and 12. They'll set up a throw. This pass out wide to Hunt. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. They coughed it out, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he went nowhere. He went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Ball again on 2nd down. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. They'll drop the throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. The kick by Carlson is good. On the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Isaiah Pacheco, the offense back out. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, I don't know.
That's my English teacher right there.
And they give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Going across the formation, he finds Fryermuth. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he takes us for about 6 down inside the 40. The Chiefs at 9-2 to start play. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. Short one there to Fryermuth. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Here's Fryermuth again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. You have to be a little careful. You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd and 9.
What a change, bro.
Again, it's Pacheco. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. That's a lot of the Packers getting.
Bro, that's a 1st down.
It appears that he's been waiting relatively long to get out here and take off.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely sure it'll be 4th down in a few they'll try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they're running with their fullback. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
Mahomes now to throw. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And last time they did get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the ground.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker try on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. And operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it, but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Paul want to give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Down the numbers. There he goes.
That's some corny ball. That's corny as hell.
New York. Donovan Peoples-Jones. 47 yards. And the Jets are back within a score. Extra point by Carson. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like that little extra pump in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Third and 3.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. On that last carry, he just passed the Damian Tomlinson, Charles, on the all-time NFL rushing list.
And congratulations to him, and I'm sure LT would probably applaud him as well. But also ask him, as well as you carried it, could you throw it like I could too?
LT, though, finishes career 13,684, and now he's soaring past that. Nice shot on the tackle, keep him to the short game. Of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they fight to bring this one. They'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. When you put the ball in my hand, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
3rd down and 1. Back to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. T.J. Watt. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Escaping the pressure right. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect it with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they're up their 4 down, try and push the pile. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man handing the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 touchdowns for him already in this 1st half. This one good for a 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Throw out right, it's brought in by Alton. After all that, they only lined up with a yard. It's 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the complete.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time, a 9-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. And this will not be returned. It will come out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is
just go for the...
right here. They've got to get going.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and controlled you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against it. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On second down, a run with Hall. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Everything falling apart now. Another intercepted. Justin Reed.
I want to put him in.
Quarterback coach in the sidelines going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. They'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. If they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
A couple of first downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Going right back to Akers. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Mahomes going to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry out. On second down, McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Pat Fryermuth, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half.
You got it figured down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point.
We in that zone, bro.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Back to throw now, first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Pat Surtain. Unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
St. Brown motioning left.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Going for a right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a... Shy of 5. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Flush to his right. And he'll take it all in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Nothing like understanding where your escape patches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Butker on for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football back to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try to get downfield.
Motherfucker, bro, they will not let me click the fucking play. Damn.
And after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Justin Jefferson as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And a rout is on here in this first half. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Damn.
So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Lamar Jackson, sharp in the victory, as his guys double up their records at 8-4 on the year. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Justin Fields, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Elijah Moore, over 200 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I
Fuck
have to
them,
be
man.
prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure you have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone structure here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
On first down, Mahomes.
He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up the second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Again, running right is Akers.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And
Oh, my God.
Inside the 10,
Whoa.
just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll run here with Akers.
A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. It'll be a gain of 5 as they move closer. It's second and goal.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Pat Fryermuth.
A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There it is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. Well, I don't know, Charles. It probably probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like you just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this is caught.
They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
They'll run with Hall, and he's in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point by Carson up and down. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming in.
They'd love to just start back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they do skip.
And Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they were 5 last week, I remember.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting the quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the 2nd half. Now they got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
Fielded at the 20. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Come on, TJ, I need you to give me a motherfucking sack. Don't be a salt.
They thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And it's a fumble.
Oh my God, bro. You had one fucking job.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Switch it up here and look to throw.
That's complete into the hands of Myers.
They go with this shit.
He'll be brought down with a 1st down.
Well, I'm glad I'm going to win the game. Here they go with the giving them the bullshit.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
Come on, y'all. Well, y'all been playing well all game. They get that one touchdown, and now y'all act like y'all can't do shit.
To the A-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On first down, right back to Hall. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The returner is halted at the 12-yard line.
Hey, we can fix ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent
There you
job
go.
inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on first and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Let's start the drive here with Pacheco.
Come on, Pacheco.
Down on the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up.
I like anyone to get that goddamn 100 rushing yards.
Here's Pacheco once again. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. There's a gain of 10 in a Kansas City first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Hey, yo.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. They end up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Short one there to Fred.
How you do all that extra shit? Bro, still ain't got 100 yards, bro.
He was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective game nonetheless.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll be taking down.
Bro, what the fuck is going on, y'all?
Quentin Williams forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
And that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Flushed out right. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead the third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Oh, my God!
The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Throw right side, Wilson.
They're able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw. Well, he'll find Hall. And they make this run upfield across the 45.
Oh,
First down there to pick up the 25. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll look to throw again. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
You got to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble is kind of indicative of how this whole evening's going, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg.
What the fuck, man?
Down to the 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football.
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they've been throwing the football before, trying to make sure that this is their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
Y'all just making up shit now, bro. God damn, this shit was going so well. Now it's holding. Come on, my nigga. Just let us fucking rock out, bro. That fake-ass interception, man. Y'all got me fucked up, bro. Fucked up my goddamn perfect game. What the fuck is the other receiver?
Making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Well, that's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
36, bro.
7 yards. And 4th down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the Jets pressure 2 notches. Down he goes. Quentin Williams in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
This is crazy.
So possession goes over here.
Y'all are doing so fucking good, dude.
Take over. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they, unfortunately, are staring at a mini-losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll be gaining just a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They wound up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting after it.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game well in hand. Perhaps we're seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it.
God, bro. I would rather them just score off one fucking play, yo. Unfucking-believable, man. 3 fucking great quarters, and then y'all niggas looking like you don't know how to play no more.
So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
The ball comes loose.
Nick on fire, bro. Nick is on fire. That's the MVP of this shit.
I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far.
Now Pacheco can't run.
But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him move forward.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Mahomes now to throw.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end flyer move.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. They go play fake. Mahomes sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, God, bro. This is wild as hell.
Hassan Reddick, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and abundant.
Mahomes throw complete there to St. Brown.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They have the nice cushion.
Yeah, a little more presentable. We got
right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Giving a yard down to the 43.
Brandon, I gotta think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Mahomes now on first down. Now that's called in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good headed scheme going.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run on first down with Oakes. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Chiefs are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth-quarter lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And New York set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by Myers. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there. As that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. A first down there to pick up the 25. Again, he'll drop the throw. He finds his man, complete. That's home. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Pat Surtain. Take this one home. It's a touchdown. What impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive. Here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
This no good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. New York set to take the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way they
Oh, my God, yo.
They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and then trying to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. So a change in possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Mahomes going to throw it here. Eluding. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still call a big job.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Carlson. Open door. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. We'll see a return here from the end zone.
How the fuck does the time not run out?
Running good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. This offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Kansas City, they continue
God damn it, man.
around as they move to 10-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall to 6-6 now.
Bitch ass niggas to hurry the fuck up,
man. A chance
man.
to redeem themselves at home next week. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.
Fucking God, bro.